Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to put a build together featuring the Vengeance LPX DDR4 3200 MHz RAM, an AMD Ryzen 5 1600, this 500 watt power supply from Cooler Master, and this main board which came like this. Now let's check these out and see what we've got here. Alright. Looks like a neat Asus board. The Brand B350 Plus. Alright. Let's get this open. And wow, there it is. That thing looks nice. So let's check the connectors since it was used before. Wow, it even smells new, like new plastic. Okay, this one actually seems kind of odd, this resistor. But it's still connected, so I hope it works. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 connections, PCI Express, and 2 fillers with PCI. Over here we've got the VRM. So I think this is a 4+2 phase board. Not the biggest, but for Ryzen 1600 over there, it will work out. Now let's check the I/O. We've got 2 USB 2s, some old school analog keyboard connectors, some VGA, some DVI-D. There's an HDMI, there's 4 USB 3.0 and 2 3.1s, and some little audio here, as well as a LAN port. Okay, down here we have the sound chip. Can't read it. We have some connectors here, and we have 4 SATA ports here and another 2 here. We've got 4 RAM slots and the socket, the EAM4 socket over here. So on the back side we have the back plate, and here's some sticker. Looks alright so far. Here's some RGB connector, I think, meaning this one. And this is the fan RGB header. Yeah. Some marketing nomenclature here. I think this is the overcurrent, overvoltage LAN protector. So if you've got a short on your LAN switch or router, your motherboard doesn't get fried. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's check out the VRM heatsink from the side. Can't get deeper with the camera. Let's check it this way. As you can see, it's pretty finicky, not the thickest one, but it should be plenty enough for those low powered Ryzen CPUs. This one is made of the same kind. There. this one is actually filled with air. No fins inside. Oh, little ones. Should be enough as well. And you can get the thing off easily, as it seems as this is a screw to be screwed by hand. Oh, and yeah, there we've got an M2 slot. Some mounting holes. As I'm noticing now, those screws are missing. They didn't come with the package, but at least the battery did. These two PCI Express 16X slots are reinforced with like metal housing, but that's not necessary. And it's nice to keep the price down. Here are some more features written down. ESD, HDMI interface, LAN card, PCI 3.0. Yeah. Here we've got the slot nomenclature and all that fine stuff. Okay, so let's move on then. Get this out of the way, and I think we can start with unboxing the CPU. The seal is still closed, so it's actually the first time I'm opening this. So let's go ahead and get this open, if I find out how to do that. Okay, so that seal was pretty thick. Oh yeah, there we go. From the top we can already see the cooler. So that's this thing. And the CPU that was visible on the side is actually only this thing here. And there's your Ryzen 5 badge, which you can put on your computer. Okay. And what's left in the box? Nothing. Nothing we can pull out. Okay. So, oh, this thing is actually pretty heavy. I think this is the bigger one of those right coolers. Okay, so now let's get the CPU out of this package. There we've got the paperwork. Okay, and we will ignore that for now, put that away, back into the box. Okay, so now let's check the pins on this one. Looks fine to me. Let's open it up. Get it out. Oh, let's first open the socket lever. Now let's get the CPU out. All right. Looking perfect. Oh man. All right. Now let's check the triangle. There it is, the white one. Camera focus, yep. And there is the other one. So let's actually put the CPU this way and get it in. And it just fell in, and it's not moving perfectly. Let's close the lever down, and it's seated perfectly. Okay, so let's get this out of the way and let's check out the cooler. As you can see, the fan is already turning inside. This is cool. Back when I unboxed my 1700X, this was just without any cooler. Okay. Whoa, that thing is huge. Okay. Though, no RGB cable apparently, but there's thermal paste already applied onto it. And yeah, I don't see any RGB connector on that fan shroud right now, but that's a story for a different time. So now we have to check out where the CPU fan header is. It's the bottom one. There you can read it, CPU fan. So the gray one is our connector. And let's check out how we can work out the cable. Yeah. So how does this work? We have some screws here, and these just go into these ones from the back plate. So just place it carefully. And there we go. Pretty big cooler actually. Runs nicely, nothing broken here. Alright, let's get a screwdriver. Let's use one of these small ones here. Let's check out whether that works. Yep, it does. We want to screw this down in a cross pattern. Okay, I already failed with that. So let's start on the back side. Actually, there's some dirt on the aluminium shroud, as you can see here. It came like that out of the box. But who cares really? Alright. Let's get this one. Let's get this one. Whoa, you need some big pressure. Something isn't working right here. Okay, you need to be really carefully when screwing this in. Screwing too much will make the other 3 screws not be able to go in as well. So just a couple of these and there a little bit, and the back side again. And I guess that's fine already. I can tighten that up later. So now just connect the CPU fan with the CPU fan header on the main board. And let's get the RAM out. By the way, I unboxed the Masterwatt Lite 500 in another video and review these in another video, so now they finally get used in their own build. pulled this out of my main system because when all 4 slots were populated on my Corsair 60, they didn't work any longer in 3200, but only 2933 or 2666. Let's get these out. Okay. So let's open these levers over here. And let's insert our RAM. And it clicks in. The lever closes automatically. And let's get the other RAM stick. There we go. Close these levers. By the way, which banks have to be populated, you can find that in the manual. Since this one came without one, I just used these ones because on my Corsair 60, also on Asus board, these two were the right ones, so I'll try these. If dual channel doesn't work out of the box, I can switch these to one slot to the left and try again. Okay, so now we've got the RAM and the CPU installed, and now we just have to get this one out once again. Doing this with one hand is actually rather difficult, but there we go. I'll be using this one with these specifications, like 456 watt single rail on the 12 volts. This is fine. We've got the 8-pin connector here, 24-pin connector here, and an 8-pin for the graphics card. I'll be trying this out with my RX 480 Red Devil from PowerColor, and we'll check back in once we are there. So now let's connect this with motherboard. This is the 24-pin connector. Sits perfectly. And now let's get the other connector for the CPU, that being the 8-pin power connector, just like that, snapped into place. And by the way, I checked the screws again, and once these silver things here start going down, let me show you these ones. Once those go down, your screw is actually in, and you can screw that down further. You can do that if you like, and yeah, I rearranged the CPU cable like that. I just twisted it one turn so it doesn't get into the wire, because before it was like this wire. And yeah, no RGB on the fan shroud. This is just printed on just like that, so it doesn't light up, but that's not necessary. Yeah, and that's basically it. Now let's get this powered on, get the graphics card inside here, and check out whether this thing works. What I do like is, by the way, that these names here are directed into one direction. That looks nice and tidy. This spins around. Yep. So pretty clean up until now. By the way, I noticed this. This old school VGA adapter, look how they connected it. You see that? You just have the pins bent down 90 degrees and sorted onto the motherboard in that connector right there. So not that I saw that pretty often like this. I thought it's worth pointing out. Doesn't look does look a little bit fragile, but yeah, as you can see. But I guess it will work out since the VGA connector is screwed in on this thing right here. So yeah, shouldn't be a problem. Just looks kind of finicky. Alright. Okay guys, so now we're on the table and I've actually plugged this power supply into the wall, connected the 24 pin and the 8 pin, and now let's install the graphics card, which is the RX 480 Red Devil from PowerColor today. Let's get this thing installed. Clicks right into place. That's fine. Let's get the power connector, which is quite tedious because this power supply has the 2 extra pins like this. So every time you want to plug that thing in, you kind of need to rearrange the 2 pins and then twist it, but it works out just like this. It snapped into place. So now we can give it a try, and now we see that this line here is actually lit up in red, looking pretty cool, as well as the PCI Express connectors, those light up as well. So I guess pretty nice aesthetics. Now let's get something to short this board and check whether it's actually booting. So to do that, we are using the I/O pins here and just shorten it. And we see the system turns on just like that. The coolest pins also on the RX 480, and that's about it. The fans here actually stop because the card doesn't get any load. Pretty nice so far. Okay. So let's get some sound check. This is the CPU cooler. And this is the power supply. What you can see as well is the PowerColor is actually doing some finicky stuff here, spinning the fans. I don't know why PowerColor did this, but it's actually nice to see that. They really hadn't to do anything else, I guess. So next thing we want to do is plugging this monitor up into the graphics card. So let's check this out and get this in. see whether we get some signal here. Yet we don't. Don't know why. That is. Maybe it's not deep enough inside yet. Nope. Not getting a signal here. Let's try powering off the system. And booting up again with the display attached already. So let's shorten that thing again. There we go. And let's check out whether this thing actually lives. Doesn't look like it. Oh, there we go. Great. There we go. Cool. So we actually live. Motherboard temperature fine. CPU voltage quite high. Memory detected, though we seem to be in the wrong DIMM slot. CPU fan detected correctly. And yeah, it's actually looking quite nice. We are on some kind of beta BIOS because we're 0.0609. I guess we can update that later on. The speed of the memory is actually 3200 megahertz, but I think that's the CPU speed. The DDR4 speed is actually set to 2100 right now. I hope we can get that up via settings. The 6 core is being detected properly. And yeah, the system over here is just running fine. Now, let's try getting a keyboard attached. I've got this keyboard right here. Let's check it out. There we go. And let's see whether we can do some funny stuff here. Alright. So apparently I can already tinker around a little bit. But let's go to the advanced mode, pressing F7. Okay, there we go. Let's check that out. AI tweaker. RAM timing control. Okay. Core ratio. I want to change the memory frequency, but here we go. Alright, oops. Let's choose 3200 and let's set the timings to what's written down on the memory, but I don't remember that right now, but I think these timings are pretty loose, should work out. Let's try that. So over here we have the system. It turned off now to restart. There we go. Boots back on. And turned off again. Seemingly he doesn't like the memory. Turned on and off again. Turned on again. Let's see whether this thing actually lives, or whether it's dead. I guess I have to do a CMOS reset now, because we're getting nothing here. Oh, there we go. It booted up. But it says overclocking failed. That's too bad. I guess we will have to do a BIOS update to get this thing running. Let's press 7 again and let's try something slower like this. And see whether we can go with 2666. Okay, it's restarting all over again, just like it did before. Third time now. Actually, the RX 480 matches the aesthetics of the mainboard pretty well, since it got the red stripe. It has the red stripes over it as well as mainboard. So black and red fits pretty well. So we're back on the boot now, but it failed again. Damn. Well, let's check the voltage. What voltage do we have? Did it increase all along or did it not? Yeah, it didn't. Okay. Let's get this running here. And to be fair, let's try this again. Yep. So obviously our overclocking had to fail with the voltage being at stock still. That's not enough voltage to push the high frequency. That's overclocked. There we have it. The system up and running. Okay, wish me luck. And failed. Alright. I guess we'll just stick with the standard memory clock and not do anything crazy like that. Probably a BIOS update is enough. I also didn't check whether the LPX Vengeance, which is on the QVL of the Asus Corsair 6 Hero, is actually compatible with this mainboard. I guess it's not, but who cares. Alright. Thanks for tuning in and see you next time. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content. Leave a comment if you have any suggestions or questions. And see you next time. Bye bye.